Up a lyric from Life of a Showgirl inspired a viral tweet. And I have to admit, they got my ass. They really did. The tweet says, a whole block full of baby Kelce heads. Someone commented on that tweet and said, the fate of Kylie Kelce. First of all, the lyric is, quote, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you, from Wishlist, which is my favorite song on the album, I think. I've said it so many times before, the Kelce genes are strong. And here's a moment that happened this week. This week was Uncle Trav's birthday. And in true celebration, there were a number of photos posted on a carousel on Instagram, I believe by the Chiefs and New Heights, that were, oh yeah, I did. Brad, bleep it! The other podcast and the Chiefs collabed on a carousel of photos for Uncle Trav's birthday that included a photo of my husband and Travis. And I will tell you what, I think I've given up on the Ellie fight. It was so obvious. It's Ellie's eyes. It's her eyes. And the worst part is it was in that photo where I was like, oh shit, is that Benny's face too? Which, to be fair, I have not thought for 1 second that Benny resembled me at all. So that was fine. It was Ellie that broke me. So the genes are strong, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I've been saying this from the beginning. We saw Wyatt come out. It's like we cloned Jason in girl form. We don't have a fighting chance, okay? But luckily, they make very cute children. Can confirm. Very cute children, those Kelces. Because that baby picture was that little kid picture of Jason and Travis was so cute. We do have half the block already covered, especially when they scatter, which is a thing they've been doing recently. They think it's funny. Speaking of the girls, we have listened to Life of a Showgirl. There are some bops on there I think everybody knows. One of the songs that Ellie and I have been bopping to on the way to school is Opalite. Great song. The lyric, my brother used to call it eating out of the trash. Outstanding. My favorites on the album are definitely Wishlist, Opalite, and who are we kidding? Wood. Here's the deal. Do I need that much detail specifically about my brother-in-law? Probably not, but also, good job, Trav. That's it. Guys, yes. 1,000% yes. That's women supporting women. Proud of you. Okay, moving on. Let's get right into a chunky doom scroll of the week. Pun intended. You'll see what I mean. First up on Doom Scroll of the Week, we no longer have to wait.
Do I sense a Kelce family reunion in the works?
Reunion?
We really don't have a big family.
No,
it might be nice to meet some of the Kelce relatives that we don't know.
I see it in our future for sure. It's time for WhatsApp. Download WhatsApp now.
Once we get some kids that all look the same on the block.
There you go.
Freaking family reunion going.
There we go. I'll add it to my wish list.
Thank you, Troy.
Taylor Swift will be making her first appearance on Kylie Kelce's Not Gonna Lie podcast. It's an intimate conversation between America's two hottest sisters-in-law in which Taylor and Kylie discuss their new album, life after Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor, and future plans including her wedding to Travis. The podcast episode was interrupted when her nieces, Wyatt, Elliot, and Benneth, waved hello. We missed you, Momi, and Finley too. I'm Tavies87. Here we go. Okay, so I promised to keep this casual, and now I'm wearing like 7 layers of confidence and 0 ability to be quiet. Hi, Auntie Tay-Tay. Welcome to Not Gonna Lie. How are you, sister? Taylor grinning. Hi, Kylie. I'm Taylor. I'm not gonna lie. I love that opener. I'm so happy to be here. It's nice to not be the one starting a concert with 50,000 people screaming. This feeling very, very cozy. As soon as Taylor Swift started saying hello, her nieces, including Wyatt, Elliot, and Bennett, interrupted the podcast. The adorable nieces looked into Kylie's camera and waved, "Hi, Auntie. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Uncle Trav." They all wanted to see Aunt Taylor and talk to her. Wyatt got closest to the microphone and said loudly, "We miss you, Mommy. Finley, too." The atmosphere was so chaotic that Kylie had to pause the recording for a moment. Wyatt yelling into the mic, proud as a peacock, "Hi, Taylor. We miss you, Mommy. Finley misses you too." Taylor laughing, "I miss you all more, especially those very loud drum solos, Wyatt." Elliot waving both hands, "Hi, Taylor. Did you bring snacks?" Kylie grinning, whispering, "We accept snacks by carrier pigeon or courier, whichever is faster." Bennett bouncing on Kylie's knee, "Auntie, sing the kitty song." Taylor playful, "Only if you promise not to teach it to Uncle Trav as a touchdown dance." Wyatt, very serious, leaning into the mic, "Tell Mommy to come home soon." Taylor, softly, "I will, baby. Big hugs tonight, virtually and for real, I promise." Kylie to camera, mock announcer voice, "Breaking news, niece takeover of Not Gonna Lie. We have no objections." Taylor, officially the best kind of takeover. Wyatt insisting, "Uncle Trav, do you have cookies?" Travis off mic, sheepish, "Only if you promise not to tell Taylor I ate 3. Taylor to the girls, eyes melting, "Tell Aunt Kylie your favorite thing about today." Elliot, playing dress up. Bennett, jumping. Wyatt hugging Aunt Taylor on phone. Kylie, pretending to be stern, but smiling, "All right, tiny jurors, verdict on Aunt Taylor, guilty of stealing our hearts. Any objections?" Wyatt squints, very judicial, "Nope, case closed." Taylor waving, puckering, "I love you, little troublemakers. Save me a bedtime story and maybe one extra cookie." Wyatt already planning, "We'll save 2. One for Auntie, one for Finley." Kylie whispered aside to Taylor, "You just earned yourself honorary PTO, unlimited tickle time, and story duty." Taylor laughs, "I accept. Terms sing-along mandatory." Bennett shouting, "Bye, Auntie." Taylor, "Bye, sweetheart. Dream of sparkly things and silly dances." Wyatt, solemn, "And tell Mommy we made art." Kylie, closing, warm, "Thanks for popping in, Tay. The nieces are officially on your fan club roster for life." Taylor, honored, "Tell Uncle Trav to practice his bedtime song. He's got big shoes to fill." Kylie, "Domestic is the vibe. We should have had you bring a guitar and a casserole, but instead we'll do gossip and doing some plans. Your TS12 album, you know I pre-ordered as soon as the link landed. How does it feel to have it out in the world?" It's always a little surreal. Releasing an album is like setting a bunch of tiny paper lanterns on a river and hoping the current is friendly. This one feels extra personal and also lighter. I don't know. There's a lot of humor and a lot of nostalgia. I've already made a very long playlist titled Taylor Mornings, which is a true public service. So, life after the big ring, how different is it? Is everything now sparkly napkins and choreographed grocery runs? Taylor laughs, "If only. It's less overnight fairy tale, more tiny permanent sleepover with the most loyal teammate. You know how when you have a crazy schedule and then you finally get a weekend that feels like a real weekend? That's what it's like, but times 1,000. There's this new layer of calm, like even when we're swamped, I just feel we're firmly on the same team." Team Kelsey Swift. That's merch. Speaking of team stuff, does Travis still insist on proofreading your liner notes? Or is he more of a cake offer kind of fiance? He's more of a "can I try one lyric" kind of fiance. He'll listen to a chorus and go, "That's a song I'd yell if I scored a touchdown," which is the highest compliment he can give. And sourdough, definitely. He brings snacks to every recording session like a very enthusiastic catering manager. Sounds like a keeper. Okay, wedding talk. You know I love weddings. I follow brides on Instagram like a detective. Are you thinking small and magical? Big and theatrical? Backyard band with a bounce house? Taylor, playful gasp, Kylie Kelce, do not invite inflatable attractions under my floral arch. But honestly, we're leaning towards something intimate and intentionally joyful. Family heavy, music heavy, with maybe an unreasonably long playlist of songs that make my dad cry, which is the unofficial sport of my family. Kylie, Dad Cry playlist. We'll submit suggestions. Jason will contribute like 3 songs that are all about sausage or something, and Mahomes will bring the halftime show. Taylor laughing, I can hear Jason's anthem of the grill now. But seriously, I want the people who raised us and who get the inside jokes to be there. Also, full transparency, I'm very into handwritten vows. I think there's something powerfully human about slow handwriting in a world of autoplay. Yes, slow handwriting and gluten-free cupcakes for the table. I love it. Now, Marie Kondo level, what part of wedding planning is sparking joy so far, and what part is sparking the kind of irritation where you consider sending an email written entirely in caps? Taylor, the joy, the florals, the songs, picking a playlist that doesn't embarrass anyone over 40. The irritation, the million tiny decisions that somehow feel like they decide the arc of human history. Napkin color, Kylie. Napkin color can bring people to their knees. Napkin color is a sacred hill. I will defend napkin color with my life. Also, have you taught Travis your stage slow dance move yet? There's a certain angle that sells the perfect we are slowly floating moment. He's working on it. He keeps trying to make it a touchdown celebration, which I appreciate for the enthusiasm. There are cameo choreography moments he has in the back pocket, a little shoulder shimmy that he thinks is romantic and I think is adorable. As a mom and someone who's obsessed with good snacks, any new favorite tour food you can sneak to Travis? Like, is he still a giant sandwich man? He's a huge sourdough man, but lately I've gotten him into these artisanal granola bars that he pretends are for the training table, but he's actually eating them in his locker at midnight with the lights off like a teenager. Kylie, the clerk of midnight granola. This is great. Speaking of teamwork, how is it balancing 2 public careers? You handle gigantic arenas, he handles gigantic stadiums, and I handle enormous soccer tantrums. How do you negotiate privacy? Taylor, boundaries are sacred. We have zones, public zone, family zone, and absolutely unrecordable living room doing the dinosaur dance zone. We're good at stewarding what we let out and what we keep for ourselves. Also, humor helps. If you can laugh at the absurdity, it becomes less heavy. Kylie, laughter and dinosaur dances, mixed feelings are healed. Now, big question, honeymoon stage or honeymoon planning? Are you plotting a secret island escape where everything is served in a coconut? I want the island with a coconut, but also the option of home. Maybe short and sweet abroad, then a slow home stretch? Honestly, I'm curious about the little domestic rituals as much as the grand gestures. Learning a recipe together and failing dramatically counts as a romantic adventure to me. Kylie, recipe failure is the foundation of marriage lore. Mock serious, and if you need a crash course in how to get a toddler to nap while dad practices touchdown dances, Kylie's your woman. Taylor, you're the oracle of bedtime rituals. I love the idea of having a 3-song buffer before we cut the cake. People can finish the last bite without missing a beat. Kylie, final thought, what advice would you give a newly engaged couple trying to keep the spark when life becomes a rolling series of obligations? Taylor, keep curiosity. Ask one another small, weird questions every week, like, what's a smell you had as a kid that makes you nostalgic? It's amazing what you learn when you schedule discovery. Also, prioritize ridiculous dates. At least once a month we do something that's ostensibly silly. It keeps us from forgetting we're allowed to be silly. Curiosity, scheduled silliness, and napkin color democracy. That's the headline. Taylor, thank you for being so open and for bringing calming band-aids to marriage planning. I'm so happy for you. Taylor, thank you, Kylie. I adore you. And for the record, if napkins are debated, I will bring samples. Kylie will have a napkin summit with food and granola and maybe a slow dance rehearsal featuring Travis's touchdown shimmy. Earlier, Jason Kelce has a few favorite songs from Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, but which track stood out to his wife, Kylie Kelce? During the Wednesday, October 8th episode of their New Heights podcast, Jason, 37, and his brother, Travis Kelce, showered Swift's new record with praise and gave a track-by-track review. She's done it again. Travis, 36, gushed over his fiancé, adding that it's been fun to see fans react to the album, which dropped Friday, October 3rd. Jason, for his part, pointed out that this was the first time in a while he's listened to an album from start to finish. He named Opalite as one of his favorite songs, teasing that it reminded him of A Christmas Carol. Jason also showed his love for eldest daughter before revealing Kylie's pick. Wish list. Kylie listened to that first. She's the one who kind of told me to go back and listen to that one, Jason said. I listened to it while reading the lyrics because sometimes I need to do that, but I think the sentiment behind that song is fantastic. Jason gave Swift, 35, a shout out for her clever songwriting and the way she depicted real relationships in the lyrics. I just want you, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you, Swift sings in the chorus. We tell the world to leave us THF*** alone, and they do got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop. Jason explained on the podcast that Kylie, with whom he shares 4 daughters, could relate to the lyrics. She's not a materialistic person, she's never been, he said. Swift announced her 12th album while making her New Heights debut in August. At the time, Travis referred to all 12 songs on the record as bangers. I'm so proud of it. It just comes from the most infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place I was in my life, Swift explained of the inspiration behind the album. And so that effervescence has come through on this record. During a subsequent episode of New Heights, Travis revealed that Opalite was his favorite song. He gushed over his soon-to-be wife's creative effort on Wednesday, shying away from taking any of the credit. I'm just the lucky man that gets to be the support system for Taylor while she drops one of the coolest albums that I've ever listened to, he told Jason on the podcast. I'm excited for her, I'm happy for her. Everything seems to have gone perfectly, all this planning, and you see it from start to finish. I'm just happy as hell for her because she's happy with it, she's proud of this. While he may not want the attention, there's no denying Travis left an impact on the album, especially on the song Wood, which references his redwood tree. It's a great song, he teased on Wednesday, playing coy when Jason brought up which part of his body inspired the lyrics. I think you're not understanding the song. No way. Travis Kelce is staying humble even though several of Taylor Swift's new songs are about him. You're a main creative muse to this whole thing happening, Travis, Jason Kelce told his brother during the Wednesday, October 8th episode of their New Heights podcast. Travis, 36, got a little uncomfortable with the praise before turning the attention back on his fiancée and her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. I'm just the lucky man that gets to be, the support system for Taylor while she drops one of the coolest albums that I've ever listened to that the world's seen, the Kansas City Chiefs player said. I'm excited for her. I'm happy for her. Everything seems to have gone perfectly, all this planning. He added, you see it from start to finish. She started this thing in the middle of her tour in Europe. To see it all unfold and come together and her connect the dots, from the strategic planning to how the album was all going to look, then listen to the music and everything comes together. Travis remembered what happened after Swift, 35, decided that the record was done. From that point on, it's like her and her label are just working their ass off to make this one of the biggest releases of all time, he added. I'm just happy as hell for it because she's happy with it. She's proud of this, and obviously I'm proud of her for going through the hoops to live out her dreams. Swift dropped The Life of a Showgirl on Friday, October 3rd. As usual, fans went to work decoding the lyrics of all 12 songs and discovered multiple songs inspired by Travis. One track in particular, titled Wood, had listeners clutching their pearls, to quote another Swift song. Wood appears to be about, as Jason joked on Wednesday, Travis' magic wand. Forgive me, it sounds cocky, or he almatized me and opened my eyes, Swift sings in the chorus. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see, or his love was the key that opened my thighs. The pop star previously discussed the meaning behind the song during her Monday, October 6th appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. I brought this into the studio and I was like, I want to do sort of like a throwback kind of timeless sounding song, Swift explained. And I had this idea about, I ain't gotta knock on wood, and I would knock on wood and it would be all these superstitions. And it really started out in a very innocent place. She added, I don't know what happened, man. I got in there, we started vibing, and I don't know how we got here. But I love the song so much. Swift has discussed this track during nearly every stop on her You the Life of a Showgirl press tour, but only one interview unpacked the reaction from her mom, Andrea. I think that she thinks that that song is about superstitions, Swift quipped during SiriusXM's The Morning Mash-up on Monday. Which it absolutely is.